time games for tonight. And we have a big lineup for you here on the show from the Pick Dogs roster. Let's take a look who's on the show for today. We have Ron Romanelli. We've got Tony Brown. James Clark, one of the contest winners, makes his debut on the show. We got Alex Smart will join us. Chris Ruffolo will serve as the co-host. Ninos is in the house. And Damian Sosh will sign in bottom of the hour. All right, let's go, Chris. You ready to roll?
Absolutely ready to roll, ready to get it started.
All right, let's get it started. And let's welcome Alex Smart to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Alex, how are things going?
Good. Yeah, really good. Everything's fine.
All right, excellent. All right, Alex, you're going to be looking at some college hoops action for tonight. This one will be tipping off at 7 p.m. Eastern time from the Big 12. We've got Oklahoma and Texas. Texas laying about 4.5 total, sits here at 143.
Yeah, we like, tonight I was really looking at this game and I was thinking to myself, okay, so Texas, I think, is getting a lot of accolades, maybe too many accolades. And, as favorites this year, they really haven't done all that well for their supporters. They've failed to cash in 6 of 9, and at home they're only 2 and 6, and they've taken part in a lot of one-possession games. That sort of tears you down after a while. It becomes how do I say it? Like man in motion kind of art, bad art kind of thing. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about anyway. But to make a long story short, I really see Texas falling apart here down the stretch. I know it's going to end up being a half-court game. I just feel it. I know it's going to be. And Oklahoma's won now 3 in a row. They've covered 4 in a row. This team is tough. We might even recommend, and I might recommend also we sprinkle a little bit of money line in Oklahoma. I think they keep this game close, and I think they cash a ticket on the money line too.
All right, Alex Smart here going to come in here with the Oklahoma Sooners plus 4.5, and let's sprinkle a little money line action on that one. All right, Chris, of course, Oklahoma on the road in this one, but Texas was the issues here with the head coach Smart and the COVID.
Yeah, it's something that we kind of had a callback to this morning, but I think this shock of Smart not being on the bench is a bigger thing than a lot of people are trying to let on. No, he doesn't take the court, but I'd argue that he brings the most energy of any coach in college basketball, and when you don't have that on the bench, I think it's going to suck a little bit of life out of Texas. It's going to feel like something's missing in on the bench. And like Alex said, this is an Oklahoma team that can cover numbers like nobody's business. They've been playing well on the road. And I think there's value with the 4.5 in this one.
All right, value in the 4.5 with the Sooners in this one. All right, Alex, we had a good card tonight looking at college basketball, NBA, and even NHL, a big card. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
We've got some college basketball, we've got NBA, we've got NHL, and that'll continue right on into the playoffs. And looking forward for a big run. So join me, guys.
Yeah, join Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get one of those long-term passes from Alex. Or pick up his nightly pass and then make that upgrade to that long-term pass. You see there with an all-sports pass, you'll get every play that Alex releases on the site to NBA, college hoops, Super Bowl, NHL, and, of course, for the time period that you select at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you in a couple days.
See you guys. Take care.
Take care, everybody. Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue our coverage here. And we're going to welcome Tony Brown to the show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Tony will be coming in with the NHL selection for us. Tony, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to be here, per usual.
Yeah, per usual. Glad to have you. Let's take a look at the game we'll be looking at. NHL Penguins Bruins, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Bruins going to lay $1.30. Total sits here at 5.5.
Yeah, this is a great spot for the Bruins and a great number. Pittsburgh is hot right now, so we got a lot of people jumping on Pittsburgh. They won 4 straight games, so, we got a lot of people taking Pitt as the underdog. So this line is way down at 130. It should be a lot higher. Boston, they absolutely own Pittsburgh in this building. I usually don't give too much for a home court advantage or home ice, but numbers are numbers. Pittsburgh is 0-8 in this building in the last 8 skates. They just can't win here. And it's the culmination of how Pittsburgh play and win on the road. They're 2-9 in the last 11 road games dating back to last season, and they dropped the first 2 road games this season. Once they get out of Pittsburgh, they're just a whole different team. So having won here in 9 tries, 8 tries, they've only got 2 road wins and 11 tries in the, dating back to last season. the games aren't played on paper, but some stats are just too big to ignore, and I'm going to go with Boston to win this one on the money line.
All right, Tony Brown here with the Boston Bruins laying the 130 here against the Pittsburgh Penguins. I know, Chris, we see a lot of you over at Pig Dogs with those hockey videos with Rod Zawacki. Your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, and I mean, Tony Brown and I, great minds, because he read exactly into the trends the same way I did. You know, the thing is, it's a little bit different, obviously, with no fans in the stands, but sometimes the team just has another team's number on their home ice. And like Tony said, you know, I think that Pittsburgh, that's why they struggled in the bubble in the playoffs last year, is because there was no home ice for them to capitalize on. Once they leave Pittsburgh, this Pittsburgh team's in a crapshoot. You never know what you're going to get with them, and I think we're starting to see the decline of the Penguins. The goaltending's shoddy, and Sidney Crosby can't do it all on his own. I think Boston's only going to get better. I like Boston here as well.
All right, here's some agreement here with the Boston Bruins. All right, Tony Brown, we know you've done very well with your hockey picks over the years. Tonight we got a big card, of course, the NBA and the college hoops. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Tonight we actually have a triple play. It's my Tuesday triple play. We do it every Tuesday. You get my top play from each sport, NCAA, NBA, and hockey. So you get my top play from all three leagues on one pass for one low price. And then after that, you know, we got the 3, 7, and 30-day passes. We got the VIP all sports year. It's just like you get every play I release, playoffs, even the Super pick. So if you're serious about making money, that VIP pass is the way to go.
Yeah, seriously about making money. Check out Tony Brown over at Pig Dogs Premium. Check out his profile page there. You'll see his selections for tonight. You pick up a one-day pass. We'll make that upgrade to a long-term pass and get all Tony's picks. You know, he releases plays from NBA, college hoops, Super Bowl, of course, NHL as well. So get on board with Tony Brown over at Pig Dogs Premium, and he'll turn a profit for you. All right, Tony, as always, it's great having your show. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk with you in a couple days.
All right, thanks for having me, man. I love being here, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.
All right, see you Thursday. Tony Brown here on the drive-thru. I will continue here on the drive-thru. Reminder, guys, subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day. It starts off at 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. And, of course, on the morning show, that's Mitch, Chris, Rod Zawacki, Brian Billett, and Ron Romanelli on the weekends. So check it out. Of course, the Computer Pick Show in between our show, really about an hour before our show starts. Then it's the drive-thru at 6 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. And, of course, the UFC shows throughout on Wednesday night. And, of course, on selective nights whenever there's some action in the circle there. Chris, and, of course, make sure you give us that thumbs up, that like. That helps us build our audience. And we really appreciate Chris because it really helps us out.
Absolutely, it does. I mean, it allows us to give you guys more premium content that we already offer. I mean, you know, we give you guys the drive to the morning show. The guys absolutely killed it with the MMA show in their first big UFC event. They absolutely nailed it. You know, it allows us all the thumbs up, all the support allows us to give this stuff to you guys and, you know, get the product out to people who maybe haven't seen it before. But either way, you know, we love the Pick Dogs family, appreciate all the support that we get. All we ask is for a thumbs up while you guys are already here. Right underneath the video, doesn't cost you a thing, but again, helps us out a ton.
Helps us out a ton, and as our man Jack Reinhardt says, give us those thumbs up, guys. Every day you tune into the show, every show, it's greatly appreciated. All right, let's continue on the drive-thru and welcome El Ninos to the show. El, how you doing?
Doing good, how are you?
Oh, can't complain. Doing great. You're going to be looking here at NHL action here, 8 Eastern time between the LA Kings and Minnesota Wild. Wild favorites minus 155, total 5.5. Boy, the Kings had trouble with the Wild at home, but now this one's on the road.
Yeah, they had some trouble there. I mean, they lost both their games, both the two first games of their season, 4-3 in overtime. So they did give them a good fight. You know, took them to overtime. Unfortunately, couldn't get the job done there. But that being said, yeah, also we're getting Cal Peterson. He's getting the start here at goal. So he's allowed 3 goals in each of his 2 starts. The Wild definitely have the goalie advantage there, but I definitely wouldn't be laying any minus 170s. That line's gone up since we made that pick earlier. I see minus 170 on the Wild here and up to plus 155s on the Kings. So shop around, try to get the best line. And I mean, the Kings have been playing a bit better than I expected. I faded them a couple times. They've been keeping games close, so now I guess you are getting a bit of value too on that puck line too. I don't usually like taking the plus 1.5. I usually just rather go straight up on the money line when I like my dogs in hockey. So Give me the Kings here. I'm seeing plus 155. Again, shop around, try to get the best number there.
Shop for the best number. Kings were plus 140. Now we're seeing it go up, guys. So you get some value there on the LA Kings. All right, Chris, we saw what happened in the game 1 and 2 here. Kings were tough luck losers. Did they get some revenge in this one?
Well, first I'll say there are 3 things that are for sure in this world: death, taxes, and Al picking an LA team. You can't spell Al without LA. But I think this is a value spot for the Kings. I mean, they battled hard, and Tony, and as much as I've trashed the Kings on these past drive-through shows, saying that this is a rebuild development year, the Kings have done a good job shutting me up by actually showing up to play these games. I think Minnesota is going to be overpriced early on this year just because they, quote-unquote, made the playoffs last year. They didn't have a deep run in the playoffs, but I think this, again, I don't see anything special about this Minnesota team, especially with Cam Talbot as your number 1 goaltender. I don't see it. So I like the value of the Kings here. I do like the plus 1.5 if you can get a reasonable price on it, because it gives yourself the safety net considering how many 1-goal games the Kings have lost. But either way, I like the money line, and if you can get a decent price on a plus 1.5.
All right, 8 Eastern time, Kings and Minnesota Wild NHL Center Ice package. All right, Al, good action, good card tonight. College hoops, a small card from the NBA. There's bettable action there, but we got a huge card from the NHL. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, real quick about that plus 1.5. I do see it at minus 170, so I wouldn't take a plus 155 and turn it into minus 170. But if you want to split your bet there, go a bit on the money line, bit on the plus 1.5. You'll get around minus 110, and that's not a horrible bet at plus 1 the way they've been playing this year. But anyways, back to what I have going on is I got a play in each of the NBA games tonight, as well as my 2 favorite college basketball plays and my favorite play from the NHL as well.
All right, guys, you see what Al's got over at Pig Dogs Premium. Pick up one of those one-day passes tonight. Get on board with Al. Take those winnings tomorrow. Upgrade to one of those long-term passes available from Al Ninos over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Al, as always, it's great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. Good luck with that Kings to come in tonight, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
Thanks. Yeah, we're going to need a bit of luck, but I think we're definitely getting a great price on it, so I'm taking a shot there.
All right, let's hope that number 1 line is on for LA, because they need a lot of help from that number 1 line, because there aren't too much behind them. All right, Al, it's always great having you. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through as we have another pick coming in. We're going to go to the NBA, and the 3-game card for tonight. I know there might be some sharks in the water in these games. I'm telling you right now, I thought it was a tough card. Let's bring in Ron Romanelli. Ron, how you doing?
Doing very well, Tony. Excited about tonight's card.
All right, let's go. Let's get to work here. You're going to be looking at the Clippers and Hawks. Now, about an hour ago, this one was sitting at 5. We're starting to see the 5 disappear here. Seen some 6 in some places against the Hawks. We've heard the story here with the COVID situation with the Clippers, but it's in the number, right? It's in the number. We got Hawks and we got the Clippers. Now, how do you see it?
Yeah, I mean, some might be surprised to see the Clippers as a 5-point underdog to a team like the Hawks, but there's a lot to dig through in this game, as you mentioned. LA is going to be without stars Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and another key player in Patrick Beverley. The Hawks did have some question marks as well in the availability of Trae Young and Clint Capella, but it looks like they're going to be available tonight, as well as Danilo Gallinari, which is another key player for Atlanta. Fact of the matter is, I don't believe the Clippers have enough on the current roster to compete with Atlanta tonight. Capella is going to be a force to be reckoned with on the boards, and no one's going to be able to stop him in the rebounding game. The Hawks need to pick up games like this against tough teams that are missing key players. It's a perfect opportunity to pick up a win. Trae Young is going to want to show off and make a statement in a game like this. And guys like Marcus Morris and Luke Kennard are not the kind of guys you want playing big minutes for LA, as their value plummets when they're tired and they have to play a ton of defense. So I will take the Hawks, and I will lay the points in this rare occurrence of a game. I think it's a good opportunity for Atlanta to pick up the big W.
All right, Ron Romanelli here on the Hawks, laying the 5. Chris, we talked about this Hawks team, how improved they have been on defense. We saw some underruns from them recently.
Yeah, and then, I wouldn't be surprised if this was another one. But you know what? I think the safer play is taking the Hawks minus the 5. I do think that this would be a statement game for Atlanta. I would like to see them maybe with one of the Clipper stars on the other side, but a win is a win. They don't ask you how, they ask you how many, and they just say, if you just need to get a win, well, you take it by any means necessary. And as far as us from a betting perspective, I think the Hawks can win by 5 against guys like Luke Kennard, Marcus Morris. If Trae Young's going, I really like Atlanta's chances, and it looks like he is. So I'll take the Hawks as well.
All right, Hawks here laying the points against the LA Clippers. All right, Ron, we've got a huge card from college hoops, a few from the NBA, and of course the hockey. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, well, after a not-so-great start to the year, I'm bouncing back in a big way. I'm coming off a 3-0 sweep of the board last night. You can still grab my 3-pack on the website. It comes with my top 2 plays in college hoops and my NHL play of the day as well. I also have my long-term plans up there as well, and now is a great time to pick up one of those as I catch fire. Also, don't forget about these 2-for-1 capper deals that we have. They're a great way to get 2 opinions on each day's slate of games. So check that out. Grab 2 of your favorite cappers. You can include me there. And, just super excited to put you guys on some winners.
That's right. Ron Romanelli will put you on some winners. You saw the numbers there yesterday, 3-0, documented on the site over at Pig Dogs Premium. You can check all of Ron's picks. They are graded, and you can see his releases. Why not pick up that one-day pass, then make that upgrade to the All-Sports Pass when you take those winnings. You'll get every play from Ron, NBA, college basketball, Super Bowl, from Ron Romanelli over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Ron, it's always great having you on your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week.
Alrighty, have a good night, guys.
All right, everybody, Ron Romanelli here on the drive-thru. Just want to remind you guys, help us out. Give us that thumbs up. You like the drive-thru? You like all these free picks? We got any more and more handicappers. Our show continues to grow. We can appreciate everyone who's on board. Give us that thumbs up, that like. We greatly appreciate it. And if you happen to join the show a little late, what we do at the end of the show is recap every pick. So be sure to stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We had a handicappers contest not too long ago. I believe it was in December, and James Clark was one of the winners, and he makes his debut here on the drive-thru. James, how are you? Welcome aboard.
Pretty good. How are y'all?
Oh, we're doing great. Congratulations on that handicapping contest. How was it going through those 31 days there?
It was nerve-wracking like it is right now, but the first few days, I had a big lead, and then next thing you know, everybody's on your tail. So it just picking your games, looking at you, doing the stuff I'm doing right now, and hopefully I end up winning.
Absolutely. We'll get you there in the winter. So why don't you give people a little bit of background where you're from and some of the sports you like to cap?
Well, I'm from Wyoming County, West Virginia. I'm a coal miner. I first started betting on sports about 25 years ago when I was a teenager. My grandpa used to do parlay cards all the time, and I got into it and was winning when I was young then, and still like to win now. I like college basketball, NBA, NFL, a little bit of hockey. But my main thing is probably basketball and NBA.
All right, excellent. Welcome aboard, James. All right, we're going to go ahead and look at the game. You're looking at 9 Eastern time with Duke, and it's on ESPN if it's Duke. I don't even have to check. 9 Eastern time, Duke laying 6. Total sits here at 140.5.
Yeah, Duke. Duke going for their 10th consecutive win here, but I'm on the other side of this here. Duke, they're not the same team you've been seeing the last 10 years, and it's been 10 years since the Yellow Jackets have beat them. But the Duke's been carried by 4 freshmen, and the Yellow Jackets, they've been carried by 4 seniors here. So who would you want, freshmen or seniors? And Duke, if they don't score over 75 points, they score over 75 points or more, they're 5-0. If they score 73 points or more, they're 0-5. And the Yellow Jackets have been holding ACC opponents to 68 points. And now it's just ACC opponents, so that tells me when they're ready to play ACC opponents, they're ready to step up. So I'd even sprinkle a little bit of money on the money line, because I just look for Georgia Tech to come and play. And like I said, it's not the same Duke team we've seen over the past.
All right, James Clark here taking the points over Georgia Tech +6 against the Duke Blue Devils. Yeah, Chris, as James was talking about, this Duke team just not the same.
1-9 against the spread this season, 0-6 against the number at home. And Tony, you want to talk about a bettor's nightmare? I think this might actually be it. And James is 100% right. You can't rely on 4 freshmen to carry your roster as much as Duke likes to think they can do it year after year. Georgia Tech. I can't back Duke just based on name brand. I mean, this is a Georgia Tech team that's battled. They beat up on a really good Clemson team, hung 83 on that Clemson defense. I like their chances here against Duke as well. I'm with James on the points.
All right, take the points. Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets +6 against Duke, 9 Eastern time. This is the TV game over on ESPN. All right, James, we got a night of action, a lot of hoops coverage, some NHL, a few NBA games. Why don't you let everybody know out there what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, I got James's Tuesday 7-pack money stack, hoping to sweep them board here. I know it's 7 picks, but I got 5 college basketball, 1 NBA, and 1 NHL, and also got the 3 to 7 and 30-day packs I got going on. If you want a long term to try me out, especially with the 3-day, just I know I'm new to this, won a contest, but as I get more involved, I'm gonna try to get settled in and focus and see what we can do from here on out.
Absolutely. You saw this work in the contest because it was transparent over at Facebook. So be sure to check out James Clark over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's been betting for a long time. And now he's on the Pig Dogs crew, a handicapping crew. And why not pick up one of those passes from James Clark? Why not get that one-day pass, take those winnings, and upgrade to one of those long-term passes. You'll get every play that James releases at Pig Dogs Premium during that time period that you select. Well, James, you got through it. You got through the first show. No more nerves. And we're looking forward to having you up next week.
I'm ready to be on. Excited and hopefully not as nervous.
All right, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, James, welcome aboard. All right, James Clark here on the drive-thru. Guys, reminder, give us that thumbs up. That, as Jack Reinhardt says, thumbs up for the drive-thru. Help us grow our audience. And for all of you that are joining the show a little late, a reminder to you that we will recap every pick on this show at the end. All right, let's continue on the drive-thru, and we're going to go ahead and welcome in Damian Sosh. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Damian is going to be covering this Jazz and Knicks game, so we're going to get Damian's pick from this one. Damian, how you doing?
Doing good, guys. Good to be here.
Oh, great to have you aboard. All right, let's take a look at your game for tonight. Knicks and Jazz, 9 Eastern time, with the Utah Jazz laying 11 in this one. Total sits here at 235. Make sure you shop your numbers because some of the people out there like your selection because we're seeing some 11.5s pop up in some places. A lot of 11 still out there, so shop for the best number. So Knicks and Jazz.
Right. The Knicks had won 3 in a row before dropping their last 2. There's no doubt about it. The Knicks are playing better basketball this year. They're definitely an improved team, and they seem to be catching teams at the right time as well. What I mean by that is take a look at their 3 most recent wins. It's against a depleted Celtics roster, depleted Magic roster, and then they didn't have to deal with Draymond Green in the second half of the Warriors game. Now, the last 2 losses are against a struggling Kings team and then a beat-up Portland team they weren't able to beat. So now we have the Knicks. They're coming to the end of a 4-game road trip, and they're probably meeting the hottest team in the NBA right now. The Jazz are on absolute fire. They've won 8 in a row. They've also welcomed back Joe Ingles. He returned 3 games ago. So they welcome him back in the lineup. This is a team that's averaging 114 points per game. Over their 8-game winning streak, 7 of those wins have been by at least double digits. So they're not only beating teams, they're pounding them into the ground. And it's interesting to note that this Knicks team, this New York Knicks team, was the last team to beat this Jazz before they went in their winning streak. That was way back on January 6th. I think the Utah Jazz returned the favor this time in Utah, and they covered the big number at home.
All right, Utah Jazz laying the 11 against the New York Knicks. Chris, the Knicks ending a road trip. They're playing in elevation. Of course, you always kind of wonder about a team that's playing a front end of back-to-back because the Jazz, I believe, have Dallas tomorrow.
Yeah, this does look like a potential look-ahead spot, but you know what? I think Damian's spot on here. I think the Jazz want revenge. They want to keep their winning streak going. They're playing really well right now. You got a top 5 defense in Utah with Rudy Gobert in the paint, and he's going to basically rule Julius Randle ineffective. That's probably one of their biggest threats for New York outside of the outside shot. And I think that's just going to be New York's undoing here. I like the Jazz to win this one handily. It could even be by 20 points. So I like the Jazz here as well.
Yeah, hard to argue that. I kind of like the East Coast teams when they make their first stop in Utah or Denver, but when they make the last stop in Utah and Denver after they played on the West Coast, especially against a really competitive schedule out in the West, yeah, I think it's a tough spot for these Eastern teams finishing a trip there in elevation. All right, Damian, like I said, nice night in college hoops. We got some NBA games as well as some NHL. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I have a big college basketball card tonight. Had an early winner here with Temple, and looking forward to build on that. I'm 6-1 my last 7 college basketball games. I have 5 left on the board. Actually, I'm sorry, probably 4 left on the board right now because one tipped off at 6 p.m. But I do have a 3-pack that's available and a play on the NCAA total, my favorite total play that's out there. Like I said, 6-1 my last 7 basketball games. Looking forward to build on that and make everybody some money.
All right, guys, check out Damian Sosh over at Pig Dogs Premium. Big card tonight over on the site. Pick up that one-day pass. Get those winnings. Upgrade to the long-term pass. You see them there, 3, 7, and 30-day pass. All of the plays that Damon releases on the website at Pig Dogs Premium. And, of course, you select the period of time when you make your purchase. All right, Damon, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and we will talk with you in a couple days.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you on Thursday.
All right, talk to you on Thursday. You know, when I brought Damian on, I think I caught him by surprise. You know why?
Yeah, I know why.
Oh, I know why. We skipped your spot. I almost skipped your pick. I've done that once. I did it to Rod Zawacki. So it's not too bad after a few months of doing the show, forgetting one guy.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, is he going to get to me afterwards? Maybe the game was starting soon, and then I realized it was the Jazz game. I'm like, no, that's 10 o'clock. Okay, something's going on here. And then you called me out, and I was like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, because when I saw Damian's reaction, I said, oh wait, what did I do? Oh, that's what I did. He was not supposed to come on. All right, let's go ahead and bring on. We got Chris. It's your turn for your selection, and let's take a look at your game for tonight. And you're going to be looking at this LSU and Texas A&M game with LSU road favorites.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell everyone a bit of a spoiler here. This was as good of a premium pick for me. It just didn't make the cut. It was number 6, and I had a 5-game limit. So, I mean, you look at Texas A&M. They're one of the better defensive units in the country, sitting just outside the top 50, allowing 64.4 points per game. And LSU has given up 74.4 points per game. So, 10 points difference. Why is LSU favored on the road? Well, that 64.4 points per game that Texas A&M is allowing would be nice if they weren't scoring just 62.9 points per game. And LSU, well, they're averaging up over 84 points a game. This is the far better offensive team in LSU. They already beat Texas A&M by 13 earlier this season at home. While I would like to think that Texas A&M has revenge on their mind, LSU's won 7 straight against Texas A&M, all by double digits. Doesn't matter if it's being played at A&M or LSU. And sorry, it was a 23-point win. Excuse me, I thought it was 13. 23-point win for the LSU earlier this season. I just don't think that that Texas A&M has the chops to hang with LSU here. I think the Tigers win this one by double digits again, pushing that streak to 8. I love LSU laying the 5 points tonight on the road against Texas A&M.
All right, we got Chris here, Ruffolo on LSU laying the points against Texas A&M Aggies. All right, big nights tonight in college hoops, NHL as well. There's a few NBA. We see the numbers here in college hoops, still doing well. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
We still got both of the packages up for today. Got Top Shelf Tuesday for my NHL 5-pack, as well as Tomahawk Tuesday 5-pack for the college hoops. Guys, hop on one of those longer-term packages. A 3-day pass will get you today's picks, as well as my picks for Whale Bet Wednesday. Some of my biggest plays of the week, and we keep knocking it out of the park on Whale Bet Wednesday. It doesn't matter what sport it is, NBA, NHL, college hoops, we kill it on those days. 7 days, 30 days. Ron Romanelli earlier mentioned the 2-for-1 capper pass. You can combine any 2 of your favorite cappers on the drive-through, as well as, my season pass for college hoops is still up there. Guys, the possibilities are endless at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays Premium. We're going to save you money and make you money. You can bank on that.
All right, guys, you see the numbers there from Chris Ruffolo over at Pig Dogs Premium. Document doing very well in college hoops, very well in the NHL. Why not get on board with those long-term passes from Chris? You find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Check his profile page full transparency. All his picks are released there, so you can check them out there on the site. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. And, of course, it's time for yours truly to come in with my play today. We're going to be looking at this SMU and Memphis game to start at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be looking at the Memphis side, laying the 2.5. You know, it looks like the Tigers are finally putting things together. Strong performances in back-to-back games, beating Wichita State by 20, which got my attention. Then a 27-point win to East Carolina. It's a young team getting better, maybe pointing toward the tournament. Let's keep an eye on them. They did combine for 48% shooting in those wins. Now, SMU, bad recent loss to Cincinnati by 7. Tigers, look at them. The top 3-point shooting team in the AAC, while the Mustangs have struggled in that area. Memphis, number 1 in defensive efficiency in the AAC. So let's see here. I'm going to back them in this game, laying the 2.5. Looks like they got their offense together, Chris.
Yeah, and I won't lie to you. I was on the SMU bandwagon for a large part of that the run that they were on, and I was on Wichita State against Memphis, and that game was just bowling shoe ugly for the Shockers. Like you said, Tony, I think Memphis is starting to figure it out. As much as I've been bashing them, they're starting to really play well. They're really ratcheting it up on defense. I need to see more from SMU before trusting them in big spots like this. We've seen them, stumble a couple times and just be in closer games that they really had no business being that close in. So I'm with you here. I like Memphis laying the 2.5 at home.
Yeah, I'll lay Memphis minus 2.5. No Shake Milton anymore over there in SMU. Felt that was there for years, right?
Oh, geez. He was a 6-year starter in a 4-year program. He never seemed to leave that program. I don't know what it was.
Never did. All right, guys, check out my picks over at Pig Dogs Premium. I got a 2-pack going on for tonight over on the site, Pig Dogs Premium. I also have a long-term pass for 7 and 30-day, so check me out over there on the website. All right, continuing on here on the drive-through, guys. Appreciate those thumbs up. Keep them coming as we're here every day, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, giving you live free picks for the primetime games. And now it's time to go ahead and recap the picks from today's show. Ninos will join us. It all began with Alex Smart. He was on Oklahoma plus the 4.5 against Texas. Then we had Tony Brown, Boston Bruins minus 130 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ninos, LA Kings plus 140 against Minnesota Wild. Ron Romanelli, Hawks, Atlanta Hawks minus the 5 against the Clippers. James Clark making his debut on the drive-through. Georgia Tech plus 6 against Duke. Chris was on LSU laying the 5 against Texas A&M. Damian Sosh, Jazz minus 11 against the Knicks. Yours truly on Memphis laying the 2.5 against SMU. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, we were talking before the show about how I started my first 2 shows with Mitch by going 0-9. I think James is going to beat my market by getting it right on the first night of his drive-through career. I love Georgia Tech getting the 6 against Duke. All
right, let's go over to El Nino. It's the same question. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I will have to agree. That would have been my next premium play if I had one. I'll go Georgia Tech here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be. It's gonna be a clean sweep. I would pick Georgia Tech here plus the 6. I hope we don't jinx the guy. It's his first day. We're all on the same pick with him. All right, Georgia Tech plus the 6 against the Duke Blue Devils. All right, guys. Remember, we do this all again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Another full crew here on the show, giving out live free picks from the primetime game. So be sure to tune in Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And don't forget, it all gets started in the morning every day with the morning show with Mitch, Rod, we got Chris, Brian Bittler at 10 a.m. Eastern time, so tune in to that. All right, let's go ahead and bring on the crew from tonight's show. We'll give a nice wave goodbye. You guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you all